There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Monday night, Medium Project Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I do want to thank everybody for dropping in, checking us out if you're watching us live or if you're watching us later. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give the likes, shares, thumbs up. Make sure you give it the follow. Find us over on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. If you're part of any of those platforms, go over there, give us a follow on those, and get updated whenever we're going live, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central. So tonight we're going to be working on some more tie, large-scale tie. Right now I'm working on a, I don't know if it's going to be able to pick it up very well. It's just kind of a different color, no real pattern to it. I just got gold, bronze, and black, and I'm just kind of going at it. Finished up the other tie, and I plan on doing a couple more of these. This style. I've got another large scale one I'm going to do. I'm going to do some laser etching to it. We might throw that one on the stream one night. We'll see how that goes. However long it takes to get my stuff here. But anyway, just going to get back into doing this here. Finish it up. I got this one, and I've got one more designed. That's the daughter designed me a Halloweeny style. It's a black and orange in large scale. So I'll be working on that one next. Depends on how far we get on this tonight. We might finish up this portion. I don't know. Again, I'm going to probably get all these ties done first, and then I'm going to come back and work up the next section with the part, goes around the neck and all that. Once I get enough going, so we'll see how it goes. I wasn't actually sure if I was going to stream tonight or not, to be honest with you. It was about 5:30. I was seriously going, man, I don't know, because I had a fairly productive Friday and Saturday. I got a lot of stuff. Well, in a way, I got a lot of stuff done in the yard. I still got a lot of way much more to go than what I got done, but I got a lot done, but I ended up kind of not really pulling anything while I was doing stuff, but I was just super sore into Saturday night by the time I finally decided to stop, and I didn't really do much of anything yesterday because I've been having the hip issue here the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just kind of a weird thing, and only mostly when I'm standing. When I'm sitting, normally not an issue. And it's on the back side of the hip, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure. I've never had a hip issue, so I'm not even sure if it's a hip, but it's kind of like above my buttocks, kind of hippish area. And that was been bugging me, and then after doing all this stuff over Friday and Saturday, I had a middle back issue, and then a neck shoulder blade issue where everything's just sore. And I'm sure it's just because of doing everything I was doing, but it sucked, and it's still sore. And turning my head really does suck. I mean, it pulls on that shoulder blade muscle. You can kind of feel them kind of coming down and pulling up on it. So I'm doing a lot of movement, which is causing the middle of my back to give me issues, which was already giving me issues because of all the bending over, cutting. I was out there with a handsaw cutting down all these limbs that some of them were up to 3-4 inches long. Okay, yeah, I just need to grab another. Like I said, I'm just grabbing randoms. I try to mix it up if I notice I'm starting to come into it too much, but so yeah, I mean, I got stuff done. We got a huge old pile of stuff to get rid of back here of all this brush I've been cutting down and stuff. I mean, it's probably 8 foot wide by 6 foot, 8 by 6 foot wide, and probably a good 5-6 foot tall right now. It's huge. I'm like, man, I don't know how we got so much, but don't know how I'm going to get rid of it all either. That's what sucks. Normally, when I get a little bit every year, I try to burn it up as you know throughout the year and do little burn styles and kind of mostly at night, just kind of have a little campfire going out and hanging out. Just way too much for that now, and well, the past couple days we've been under a wind advisory, fire advisory because of the wind and dry conditions. Though it's raining today. Didn't plan on really doing much on Sunday outside anyway, but I couldn't have done anything because of the way I was feeling in my back. I couldn't sleep with a crud Saturday night. Last night wasn't a ton better, but the neck is definitely better today. Again, not a bunch, but it is better, so I'll take it. But I need to get out there and get the rest of that done. If I can get it caught up, hopefully with the new mower system that I've got this year, that's going to help with a portion of it. The tree line, fence line, is always an issue because, you know, especially over the past many years, because we haven't had a whole lot of help on either side. But I'm just going to have to get in there and get in. I mean, it's always been a battle every year. I think part of it is, like I said, we've always had renters on both sides of us. And there's nothing bad about renters, but, you know, I'm not the best at lawn care, but when it comes to the stuff in the middle where it's kind of needed by both parties to help. In the past 3 years, the people that lived on the one side here were not a help at all. The other side wasn't bad at different points in time, but then they've also had a lot of time where there was nobody there. They've sold like a couple different times through the years, and not sure if there's actually, we got somebody moved in there about 2-3 months ago now. I'm not sure if they're renting or they bought it. I'm not sure. I really haven't chatted with them. Every time I see them out there, I'm like up in the kitchen and stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go outside. By the time I get outside, they're not out there anymore. So it's like, oh well. And like I said, on the other side, nobody's right now. They're selling that house. So I'm hoping whoever buys it is going to be a living there and not a flipper. Well, I mean, a flipper I guess wouldn't be bad either, but whoever buys it and moves in, I hope it's a living people that own it. At least, I guess the major thing with that is, I think the last 2 years they mowed 4 times, literally. They've mowed twice a year. And I mean, I don't get out there all the time on a perfect schedule, but I won't let it get totally out of control either. I've gotten a little bit like, but never like that. I mean, their dogs would disappear back there. They'd go running out through the backyard, and the only time you knew where they were is because of the tops of the grass, cornfield, whatever, started moving. You could see, okay, that's where they're at. They're moving that direction. Open it up, dummy. Oh, I forgot to turn on some music, didn't I? I guess Friday was more lawn work. Got the whole a good half of the one side of the fence line done, then the flower bed area, and then Saturday it was more. I was doing some more of the rearranging and stuff in the back. We got a big pad back here. It's about a 25 by 25 big pad area. Man, it's not the greatest of pads, but I just had some stuff everywhere. We had our old lawnmower there, so I needed to clean up a few other areas. So I mean, I started at like 10 o'clock Saturday morning, 10:30, and worked up till about 4. I mean, there was times where I was taking breaks here and there. As I was like, I'm not going to push myself or I'm going to kill myself again. But then finally got quite a bit done, actually, so it's kind of nice. Ended up going ahead and just getting the trailer out and ready for our next couple events, because it's like in and out. It's not too bad, you know. Once we hit our January or our December event, it'll be like, okay, well, we're pretty much just done now, so then it can go back up, because we probably won't have another event for at least 2 months. January, February, we don't have any events. March, we've been kind of looking into some March, and then there's April, May, some that we've gotten into then, not consistently, something I would like to get into consistently, but when we were just starting to get to the point of being opening up more, getting to more events, and being more consistent at some of these events, COVID hit. So that kind of threw wrenches into everything, and slowly things are starting to get back. Biggest thing I think right now is just the way the economy is. Nobody's got any extra income for the most part, so, you know. And I get it. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm definitely spending a lot less on certain things, so it'd be nice if we get back to a couple years ago. 18, 19 for the most part was pretty good up to the end of 19, and then that's when 20 started going downhill quickly. Was it that, or was it 18, 19? I don't even remember now. My years are so combobulated from all that. I don't even remember what's what anymore. It was 19 was the... So, was it the end of 18 into 19 then? It was, yeah, well, I mean, it's COVID-19, so it had to be the early part of 19, yeah. So, wow, it's been that long. Jeez. No wonder it's taken a while to get things going again. I'm ready for it to be completely over with, but never know. Oh, I got a thingy popped up here. We need that to go away. I need to be able to see what's going on here. No, I don't think I have. I might have some viewers popping in and out, and I do thank you if you do pop in and out. Don't see any messages anywhere. Definitely, like I said, I'm looking a little less tonight, so hopefully I'll catch anything without too much delay. Just with my neck thing, I'm trying not to turn it too much, and actually going pretty good. Like I said, I was worried. I started this tie probably about noon. I was kind of pulled it out and started kind of doing a little bit at a time, but now, I mean, where am I at? Probably, yeah, I was gonna say about 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, my back is killing me from sitting here. And so I stopped, and I came back, and I did another 10 minutes here, another 10 minutes there, and that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to stream, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit here for an hour. And I was like, yeah, we're going to give it a go. So my back's starting to kind of... And hopefully we'll be able to continue. I would like to continue. I don't push it too much, though, but, you know, like I said, I know... I'm more than sure the hip problem, that's something different, but the other neck and the middle back, I've had those issues before just because of doing stuff, so I'm sure that'll go away shortly enough. Man. Feels like I got bugs on my face or something. I almost feel like I'm getting ready to say, I'm on drugs and freaking out, man, but I just felt like my face was itching. It still feels like it's itching. I don't know. I will say, I took a shower earlier, and I did nothing with the beard. No extra trimming. No special shampoo. No, none of the normal things, and nothing when I got done drying it and combing it out. So it's a bushy mess, and everything's going every which direction right now, it feels like. I just didn't feel it was hard to get my head turned around and everything like that, so I was like, I'm not going to trim. I'm not going to try to clean up anything. I just need to get cleaned up. It was hard enough just to do that. Alright. I don't think I kind of got a little bit of a semi-pattern kind of going there, but probably, you know what, I better just go ahead and, that might be too soon though. Yeah, we'll just go with that. That's the other thing. It's kind of like when you're just doing a random pattern like this, it kind of sucks because you don't have a thing you're going with, but then you feel like you might be getting into a pattern. It's... Open it up enough. There, jeez. I feel better. I wish if I would be making this out of steampunk garage scales, I think it would be good. This has got 3 colored blacks: the brown, the bronze, the gold. That would probably give me more colors, more of a variety of mixing up that I think would look cool. I just didn't have enough because I already used some for other projects. So I did get laser files made up though this weekend. I got a test one done Friday. I did not like the results, so I ended up going back in. I'm currently in the process of learning Lightburn now. For the newer Lightburn that's upgraded, I'm trying. Before, all I had was one thing that could use Lightburn. It was my CO2 laser, and it was all fine and dandy. But now all 3 of my lasers can run Lightburn, so I'm trying to figure out how to set up different laser systems within the environment. So when I go and open it up, if I'm doing a CO2 project, it'll be in the CO2 laser. It'll just kind of pull up and all the properties will be there. There are ways to do it. People talk about doing it all the time. There's places that I'm watching some YouTubes on how they've set it up. I think I've got the basic idea, and I'm trying to get it right. And that's been mostly the thing here lately, because before it was always using, like I said, I was using Lightburn for the, well, actually it was Lightburn for the fiber, or for the diode laser. I was using Whisperer and K40 Whisperer for the CO2, and then EasyCAD for the fiber laser. And then I got the new CO2 laser, which can use Lightburn, so it's a matter of figuring out all its little intricacies now, because it's a lot different. And then here, it was about 2 months ago, they put out an update for Lightburn to use fiber laser. So, that's, I mean, I'm already was in the middle of learning EasyCAD for the fiber laser, and now I've kind of had to start back over from scratch. In a way, I will admit, the most of the projects that I have done in orders right now, I'm still using EasyCAD just because I'm more used to it right now, and I don't want to waste one time or product to figure it out. And that's what I'm trying to do in these test sessions, but my test sessions have been running very short lately just because I've been so busy with other things. Which does remind me, I do want to thank anybody that has got our latest kit and tutorial for the wormhole cube. Sales have dropped off, and I expected that, but I've had more than I... Oh, man. Get down, whisker hair. More than I originally anticipated, so it's all good. So I do thank everybody for that. It has been keeping me a little more busy, keeping up and getting more. I've had sometimes, I guess I haven't talked about the last couple of times that I've had a coil and cut here lately. Okay, yeah, I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm not on the middle row. Things looked weird for half a second. But, let's see, other than that, like I said, November 12th, I've gotten no confirmation or anything on this event. It's their first one, so I'm trying to give them some leeway. The week after that is a normal one that we would normally hit, but since we weren't at last year's, we didn't get the information to be into it. And they're completely booked right now. They already have some people that are on the wait list in case somebody drops out. beforehand. I'm like, well, I don't want to try to plan on that one. But I did get my information out there to them today, and okay, yeah, I don't know. Got the so hopefully I'll be in their list for next year. This, like I said, this other one's a new one, first year for that. It's definitely going to be a lot less foot traffic, I believe, just because it's newer. But like I said, I don't necessarily mind that. If I can cover costs, but still be in it early as it grows. Like I said, there's a few that we've been kind of slowly growing with through the years. We didn't get it in their first years, but started within their single digits, and they're now into their double digits. So one we've been doing down here in Smithville, I think this was the 13th or 14th. No, was their 15th, 16th year, and we started with them on their 7th year on that one. So again, not a huge one, but I have fun at that one. I mean, it's got live music all day. It's not a huge seller for us, but I have fun. It gets us out there, and I get a lot of regular people. There's a lot of people that have come down. They see us every year there. Other people that have come from around the city to come down and check us out on that. So that's always a good time down there. But yeah, hopefully these next two will go good, and end out the year pretty good would be good. I actually have another project I'm hoping to, I don't know, I want to, it's not fully done yet. I'm kind of still finalizing if I'm going to try to take it further or not. Like I said, I've had a few projects where I like them, but they're just not repeatable enough, where I don't like them. They'd probably be okay. That was my debate on the wormhole cube so much, was it needs to be repeatable. And with rings, you can, not everything is necessarily totally repeatable. So I try to make enough adjustments in there that anything can be fixed, depending on the rings being used. But I've had some that just didn't want to work out. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I've got another one. Again, I need to totally get through it, but having time, again, January, February will be the time where I'll probably get more time to be able to spend playing around, trying something new, because I'm not having to worry about doing stock for doing events. I won't have events, so I'll have more time then too. So I mean, it's kind of one of those things. We'll see how it all plays out, but I definitely want to get more time in, because I want to finish up my chess pieces. Like I said, I've got three done. 3 pretty much finalized. I've got another 2 that are kind of, there's some little tweaks I'm trying to make to them, to see if I'm going to be happy with them. So yeah, I'm going to go with that in the center. Okay, I should have done that first, but oh well. I hadn't counted this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we still got a little bit to go. I figured we did, but I didn't pull out the exact number of scales needed. These Kais take 94 scales. I pulled out 30 of each to begin with, and then I think I pulled out 2 or 3 extras of each, which would have gave me a couple extra. Just so I kind of had an even mix. I was afraid if I didn't do that, I'd lean heavily one way or the other. It was like, if they're just here and I have to use what's there, hopefully I'll mix it up decent enough as we move along. I did pretty good with my cotton candy cord one bracelet that I did in like autumn colors. I really love that bracelet. And what is so crazy to me, it still hasn't sold. I love it to death, and it hasn't sold. Now, granted, that weave, I've sold plenty of the weave in many different colors. It seems like silver is a good one, I mean, obviously. But, I don't know, there's something about that autumn weave one I love, and it just seems to never sell. I've got one up here, I graduated, not graduated, what do they call that? color to another color to another color. There's a word for it. Daughter says it all the time. She's got water bottles like it. I can't remember it. To me, it's just graduated color. I've got one up here that was actually for a giveaway that I'm still trying to get her size on. I know she's had a lot of things going on, so as soon as I get her size on it, it's ready to keep. Every 3 or 4 weeks, though, I'll see it there going, okay, I need to get her size so we can get it to her. Like I said, I know she's got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't try to. I'm not going to bug too much. See, in all reality here, I actually have like 2 different bronzes. You probably can't tell on the camera, but these 2 are definitely quite, not huge difference, but there is a difference between them. And so I've been trying to do that a little bit too. I think I had like 15 odd bronze, and then I had another package to open. So, but overall, I think this tie is coming out pretty decent. I was like, I hadn't done a just random one. Why not? Because I want to. The idea behind doing all these different ties is 1, to show off the different colors, 2, to show off the different designs that can be had. And in a way, this is a design in a way. I mean, it's a random design, but it is, it's not following a design, so in a way, it's its own design. If that makes any sense. Let's see. This will be the 3rd one. 4th one with hers. And then I've got 2 more, so I'm going to have probably 6 of these. It'll have about 6 of the large scale ties. Though, one, like I said, it's going to be a special kind of a tie. And it'll be charged more because it's going to have laser etch scales everywhere. So, I have to put that into the pricing too, but I wanted something a little, just again, to show off the different things. It is Christmas time. Who buys ties for their dads anymore? But why not have some kind of cool tie? I'm not a big tie wearer myself. I have built the green. Actually, I was in a few of the pictures of the S. It was green in the S because the school my daughter went to. Partially because of that. The other part was we were Smith. So, plus we live near Smithville. So it actually was a multi kind of built tie. It was like, I can build it so I can wear it. I can build it so I can show it off. I can build it because we're around areas where it will make sense to people. So it worked out well. It's kind of like the, so far, the Mahomes jersey, the Mahomes portrait picture, the Chiefs end zone inlay have all kind of worked well in concert together with drawing people to the booth to say, hey, at least, Not all of them have, like, fully made it in, but it definitely has drawn some people in. And that was, again, kind of its purpose. I mean, I built it because I wanted the Chiefs to win. When they finally won, it was like, I'm going to build it. So it's kind of had a dual purpose, again, type thing. I was just building it for myself, but it's working well as show. And just show what I can do. I mean, and what can be done with chainmail. I think that's what surprises a lot of people when they come in and see the different things that I have in the booth and the colors and everything like that. It's like, yeah, I mean, chainmail is definitely a different kind of animal than it used to be. And it can be nice and decorative and pretty. It doesn't have to be made for combat, which is still cool too. I'd love to be able to do some riveted mail. One day, like I said, I've got half the tools I need to do riveted mail. I go through a little phase where it's like I'll start watching it more. I want to do it more. I'll get some more stuff invested into it. And then life, events, other things come up. I just kind of, it goes to the wayside because it's, yes, I want to do it to be fun, but it's not what is needed at this point in time per se. for the business, so it kind of just waits around for me. Let's go here. Let's pull one of those. Where are we at? Our time. We're at our halfway point, so actually doing not too bad. I've had a few little times where it's like, oh, the back. But overall, not too bad. I'm kind of surprised. I'm glad, though, too. I'm going to get me something to drink, and I'm definitely going to have to trim up beard and mustache tomorrow, because it's driving me nuts right now. Or maybe, like I said, it just needs product. It was kind of weird when I started growing the beard, like a little over a year ago now. After about 3-4 months in, I told the wife, I was like, well, I bought me a brush and a comb and some shampoo and some... She's like, you got product? You got product? Because I'm always, the women in the house got... I get basic, cheap shampoo. That's all I ever really needed to wash my hair. Basic bar soap for the body. They want all these different flavors or scents and this and that. And they got all the fingernail stuff. They got a lot of product they need. And I'm always like, you guys need so much crap. And she had to make fun of me for buying beard equipment. I didn't necessarily think about it when I started growing the beard, but it was like after a little bit, it's like, well, you're gonna have to keep it trimmed. It gets a little crazy. You gotta have, regular shampoo's not gonna cut it. And so, yeah, I had to buy a beard product, and now I do use it, and I kind of do like it. And so, yeah, she likes to make fun of me for getting product. So, like I said, basic deodorant, basic shampoo, basic bar soap. I'm good. I don't need anything extra. Keep me clean. That's all I need. Alright. Yeah, I'm starting to have a little more 7. I think I got more black out here though than I needed. I think I was 2 over anyway. Was it 4, 5-ish? So it's not too bad. Probably want to end in a gold. So put that one down. And we'll go with this one, I guess. We'll call it that and go. Like I said, I don't want to think about it too much. Thinking about it leads to too many other issues. But it can be just as bad by not thinking about it. I forgot what I was doing one time when I was doing a random collection. It was a bracelet, but I was doing it was different colors. I can't remember what it was. It was one of those one-offs that I did. I sold it too. But I didn't necessarily like the way the random came out because I put all the rings I needed in a box where I couldn't see them. Mixed them up. Should have been mixed up pretty well. And I made sure that when I did that one, that was the first time I was doing it, it's like I'm only going to use what comes out randomly in order. But I ended up getting these weird little streak areas that just were it was like I pulled out 4 of the same color rings in a row. And then it went to a mix match for a little bit, but then it seemed like I would have another group of the same. And it kind of drove me nuts. And so I was like, the next time I did it, I was like, I'm not going to hide them. I'm going to still grab randomly, but if I feel and look at it and it feels and looks weird, I'll throw it back and just grab another. And that's what I'm kind of doing here, because I didn't want to run to the end and had used up more of one color than the other. And then had the problem of, kind of a whole one design there at the very, very end. So I'm going to we'll do that one there. And, yeah. It's harder and harder when there's less to pick from, too. When you've got to keep within a certain... So, yeah, we should be able to finish this up before the stream's over, for sure. I didn't think we'd quite get that far. Which kind of sucks, because I don't have the other... I mean, I got the scales out, but I didn't print up the picture for doing the other one. I mean, I know it starts out black at the top, so I mean, I could go ahead and kind of give it a start, I guess. I know the top probably 3-4 rows were all black before we started getting into some orange and red, I believe. Why did I forgot to do that ring last time too. Why do I keep forgetting to do that? I need to make my edging connection. Keep it all nice and pretty. We didn't do that on the first time, and I've done that before. It's whenever I go to do one, first time I go to do it after not doing a scale tie for a while, I'll forget to do the edging as I go. And you can do it afterwards. It's just more difficult in my mind. The more I do it, though, the quicker I got, so it becomes less and less of an issue. But it's still one of those things that, you know, you can do it while you go, do it while you don't. And then depending on what you're doing, because I edged it a little differently when I was doing the pendants last Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday when we did scale pendants. Used some of Steampunk Garage scales and did some linears. I need to do some. I have done the linear earrings before in tinies and small scale, but I need to do some more because I don't think I have any more at all. I go through my spinners and look at all the earrings, and you know, I mean, there's about 50 different weaves at least on there, and so you know, I'll forget some until it's like I'll come back across it again at some other point, going, oh yeah, I forgot. What did I do out there? How did I do that? That's crazy. But yeah, somehow I totally screwed that ring up. There we go. Hit the wrong upper. I got these two. I grabbed the wrong one, I guess. It was not pulling down like it was supposed to, and I was like, huh? Somehow I skipped over and grabbed the ring above it. Alright, that should be better. Yeah, that's much better. It's like, well, this is not right. Oh, one of my other batteries done. Let me pull it out. That's my charge side. I'm working on getting. Had to replay. That was one of the other things I did Saturday. My front security camera, went out on me. For a couple days, I wasn't getting anything from it. It's like, what's going on? And the battery in it, for some reason, wasn't powering the unit anymore. I could plug it in and it seemed to work fine, but the battery part of it wasn't working. And so I wanted to pull it down anyway. I had another one I planned on putting up in its place that's more movable, so I can kind of move it around and check different spots, and a wider angle anyway. So that was one of the other things I ended up doing. Let's see, 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Got a few more. I sort of counted out my scales a little bit better. Actually, let's go gold in the center here. Again, I'm trying to not put thought into it, but I keep putting more thought into it before we get down. But the least, how do I want to put that? The littler amount that I have to play with, the more I'm kind of thinking about it. Because it's like, I definitely don't want to run into going, you know, the last few being for sure the same. Alright, so probably going to do that over there. And I guess we'll do that one there because we do have a little group of bronze, so kind of get more of these going into it. Like I said, I really didn't think we'd finish this up before the stream was over, but I guess I got more of it done than I thought earlier today. Like I said, today I had no concept of timing anything. I was just kind of a little bit here and there. Like I said, whenever I felt like good enough where I could sit down for a few at this chair. And every chair is different. That's like I said, sleeping. I would no hip problem, really no neck problem because I'm kind of sleeping, not really trying to look around and move my neck. But it was the middle of my back giving me a problem when I try to sleep. And neck is always a problem when I'm awake. Hoping tomorrow will be better though. Can't. Found me some wood there. Can't be worse tomorrow, can it? It could be. I can't say that, but like I said, I think it's a little bit better today. Hopefully tomorrow a little bit better. I guess it's good it's raining. I don't feel bad for not being able to get out and do anything in the yard, but that was yesterday kind of. It was windy though. That was the other thing that sucked. I spent all that time yesterday. Now I didn't do a ton of picking up of leaves. It was more trying to get other stuff cut down and trimmed back. But I did do some leaf cleanup in the back area. And then it was crazy windy yesterday. So it was blowing every leaf off every tree, every which direction. And it looks like I had done absolutely nothing when it comes to leaves back here now. After all, I got 3.5. These are 63-gallon bags. I filled up 3 of them. Granted, once they kind of get, what I normally do is I fill them up, I squish them down as I go the best I can, but leaves kind of want to pop up a little bit. Then I'll stack them on top of each other overnight, or for the next couple days. I'll kind of flip them around so they kind of squish each other. And, I can normally get it squished down by at least a third sometimes, which kind of helps, but I didn't put on the second ring there. So it can kind of take a little while, but that'll be our next, basically probably for the next 2 months, every Saturday we'll be running up and dropping off leaves probably. It's kind of what happened last year. There's a few times here and there that we didn't because it was either going to be rainy, sometimes too cold, and sometimes because of the rain and cold during the week, I didn't get our bags filled by the time Saturday come around, but need to get out there. I want to get ahead of these leaves this year. I say that every year, but I've got to get out there and get these stupid things taken care of this year. They drive me absolutely bonkers every year. Quick looks around. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, that kind of felt kind of good in a way. Ooh, come on back. Give me just a little bit longer here. That's all I want, just a little bit longer. If I had, well, I guess I could kind of pull out the ties and show them. Take a little bit of time where I'm not constantly kind of leaning over this direction. I'll start moving and I'll feel like, oh, it's painful, but then in a way that stretch feels good after a moment. It's like, oh, that it hurt, but it feels good too. And I was trying a little bit different lighting tonight. I've got these, they're made for, I guess, a phone camera. It's 2 little extendable lights. They're about 2 foot long each. You can move them around like a little snake type thing. They're kind of neat. Bought it so actually for the light to show on the fiber laser, so I had more light around the fiber laser to see it. But I've noticed when it come to videotaping, it was better not to have light on. And most of the time I'm not sitting there watching it, so I just use a flashlight anymore for getting my setup. Once I'm set up and if I'm doing multiple things, I just put it into a guide, so I really don't even need light to do that. So I was like, well, I was trying something different than our overhead lighting. I was like, why not try that tonight, see how that works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This will be 19, so the next one will be 20. I gotta use another black one, so we'll go to the outside with it. We'll go on center, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's what we're gonna do. And we'll see how it looks. Like I said, I didn't even flip it over since we showed it at the beginning, and that was, I didn't even look at it other than what I could see on the screen because I was showing you. It wasn't pointing at me. I did lift it up after about row 5, I think. Kind of looked at it. And then put it back down and I haven't picked it back up. It's like, might as well, because then if I do, I'll see something. And sometimes those things that you see can change once you get a little further. And so it's just best I didn't. Looking back and thinking about it now, yeah, it's probably more than best that I didn't think about it doing it then. So I guess we'll go black on this side, gold. Ooh, that means I'm gonna have to pull out another, because that gives me more black left, and I don't want to use a ton of black here. So we'll go with these two now. And then I'll need 2. I can probably do a black one there. And then I'll probably pull out one more bronze. It's like, yeah, that would be, I think, too much black right there at the end. I don't want it to be overly too much right there. So we'll pull out one more bronze, call it good. Thought I had extra of those, though, too. Maybe I came out at 30 and I was telling myself I needed to pull out more. Yeah, because I pulled them out, then I cleaned them. Even though I'm pretty sure I'd cleaned them before, but I had half of the bronze were out of another bag that I'm pretty sure I didn't clean, so I ended up just cleaning them all again. I didn't have any bad ones. Normally I find some bad ones in there, but there was no bad ones that I found in that bunch that I pulled out. Probably because most of them, again, I'd cleaned before, and so I'd found any bad ones before that. There's always a few bad ones. I had one that had a little bit of a extra metal on the tip of it, but I kind of was able to kind of clip it and file it off, and it didn't really do anything to it because of how these work anyway. They're silver edged as is, so I still need to pull out the niobium or the titanium scales. I need to make up another batch of multi-etch though. That's been my stop on that. I haven't made up any. I haven't used any in a while. And the last couple times I did some laser or did some anodizing, I didn't use it, and I kind of regretted it now. And so I need to make up another batch, and I gotta be the right time and stuff. And I just haven't had enough right time to be able to do it because it is a process to make sure. Gotta be a little careful. Blah 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 blah. But hopefully I'll be getting to that here soon. Gonna have a few days this week where it's gonna be somewhat nice out, which might be the best time to go out. Biggest thing is, before I've always used a propane type thing, heating, and now I have an induction heater that I think will be much safer to do this kind of thing with when I'm heating it up, because I like to do it outside, so I think it's gonna be better anyway. But I need to find the right pan now, because the current pan that I had been using was aluminum. So to do a what do they call those, induction, to do the induction, I need a steel type pan, something that's magnetic. So I gotta get me a different pan to be able to cook it up. Or either that or I have to go get more propane. And I don't necessarily want to, because that was the only reason I've been getting it lately, was to do that. And I haven't bought any in a while. Which I'm kind of glad in a way. I hated having it around, because I hated storing it inside, and I didn't really have anywhere to store it outside. So, alrighty. So we got 3 more scales. We'll do a black there, a bronze there. Where'd my bronze go? There you are. Look here. Yeah, there. So the extra 2 black now makes sense, because I did have to pull out the other, because at first I was like, I must have just not pulled out the 2 extra of each other. I'm not going to count to make sure. I was just giving that the old shirt cleaning. It looked like I'd probably cleaned. I think that was part of the ones I cleaned before, so wasn't going to be that big of a thing anyway, but, you know. Now I just got to remember these are my N2, so they get one extra. So put the closures on, or the, I said it once earlier. Now I can't think of the right word. Not hungry. Well, I guess I probably am a little hungry today. Not too stupid hungry. I am kind of tired though. Like I said, my sleeping all weekend's been kind of crappy. Saturday night was the worst for sure, but... Alright, come on, flip on back down now. There you go. Good boy. They got about the right amount of rings pulled out too, it looks like. Pretty close. I'll definitely have extra, but... Oh, I forgot to put it on there. Normally don't put the extra loosies on these two inners. Where we at here? 50 minutes, so yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm just glad again my back can make it through this. So it's hurting a little bit, and I'll probably regret it later, but I didn't want to not have it tonight. I was ready to do it again since we didn't get no chainmail done this weekend. It felt kind of weird. I guess in a way, I mean, if I would have had orders, I would have done it. But since I had no building chainmail orders, I didn't worry about it. A little different when you're building kits or something, you know. It's still doing stuff, but... I'm glad I got most of the, well, what was it, about 8 days ago, 9 days ago? It was last weekend. I guess I did get some coiling and cutting done, and I'm going to have to do some more. I've been going through a lot of rings here lately. More than I normally do at this time of the year, but selling more. More events than we have in the previous couple of years because of COVID, so I mean... Trying to get into the new rhythm of things. Still haven't been able to make the Friday night things. I think when I do the streams on these days, it's hard to make that Friday night one because it's like, I just got done doing 2 streams, and granted, for that I don't have to worry about setting up lights and all the extra factors to do just kind of a Zoomy Facebook group type meeting thing, but it kind of sucks though. I kind of miss hanging out and seeing what they're all doing. I mean, I get it. Come on. Flip up. Miss seeing when the kind of things they're doing. I know Amy over there had, she had released her skeleton. I don't know what exactly she called it, but it was cool looking. I'm going to make one here someday. I might have to buy the tutorial, though I probably don't need it, but I will still buy the tutorial. Just because, like I said, I like to buy everybody's tutorial if I can, if it's something I'm going to sell. I don't know if that's something I'm going to sell either, but I know Amy, so... I wouldn't say we're, like, super close friends, but, you know, we know each other, we chatted, we kind of zoomed and had those meetings together and kind of hung out, and... So... Always want other fellow chainmailers to do well. And she's done awesome work through the years. Seeing she did that. She got done with her Frankenstein inlay. It's freaking awesome. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. That's why I want to do. I have a few other inlays I want to do that are not Chiefs related, and I kind of want to get into doing one because I've been doing so much Chief related inlays lately. I want to do something different. But that just means this overall Chiefs project is going to take longer than I already want it to. So, alright, a couple more rings here and we'll have this puppy done. Let's see here. We need this one. Come on. One more ring after this. Yeah, other than the neck part, like I said, I'll run all those at the same time. I know it's just easier to do them all at once. It's kind of like I'm doing all these all at once. I could do this and then stop, pull out. Right now, all of my scales are out, so I just do everything with all the scale work. Then I'll come back and I just do a Japanese weave on that part, and just makes it a little simpler, I think, with keeping in the desk space somewhat cleaned. Otherwise, I can get a little hectic up here at times. And I'll admit it, my work area can get a little crazy at times, but I don't like it getting too far, too messy. It drives me nuts. Alrighty, I'm gonna look at it first myself. Not too shabby at all. As long as that one's sticking weird. Well, that would be the reason. Got a ring right here I didn't get. When I put it in its connectors, I didn't get it attached to it, so we'll just maybe we might come on, jeez, we might be able to fix it. If it doesn't give me too many problems, Jesus. And I still screwed it up. And now I gotta find the closure again. There it is. Alright. Make me flip it around. For some reason I can't weave it backwards because I'm stupid. Alright, there we go. Now it should be better. I was like, it was just popped out over there. It looked weird. Did I forget another one? No. Yeah, I did, didn't I? How in the world? I screwed up a lot on this side. It wasn't the same one, was it? No, this wasn't the same one. It could have been. That was weird. I still think I got another one screwed up further down. I seen that one and figured I'd do it first. I flipped it back up, and it was like it seemed like I totally missed another one, but okay, no, they're all there now. I guess it was just flipped weird. Yeah, much better. So, I guess we need to get to the ugly old face cam here. We're gonna show it this on the front side. I was sitting there showing it, and nobody could see it. Like I said, I don't think we kind of see the different bronze, gold, and blacks in that up close, but there that one is. God, I have to get really far back to get that whole thing in there, don't I? But that one's done. Where we at? Well, we are at about the time. It's like I could start pulling out stuff, but we'll go ahead. I kind of like that. It didn't turn out too bad. Now I'm just going to have to really think how I'm going to do the neck portion. How am I going to randomize it up some? That'll be even harder because Japanese, I get OCD on Japanese weave. I'll get a little OCD, so. But anyway, since we are at that point, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and kind of close up, do our ending spiel. I do want to thank everybody again for joining us. If you're watching this live, and if you watch it all the way to the end, or if you're watching it taped later and watch this to the end, I do appreciate it. More than I think anybody realizes, I kind of have fun. It's a little therapeutic for me to do this kind of thing. It's great when we have people in here and chat. It's great just to have people show up and have some fun and watch what we're doing. Whatever you want to do is all good. If you ever have any thoughts, ideas, let me know. Drop me a line. Post to one of the videos. I'll get a notice that I've got comments, so I'll go see what's going on. Or, like I said, send me a message through the Facebook, through my website. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. I'm trying to get this stuck in my head, even though I've been doing it this way forever. I can't get it in the old noggin. But I do appreciate it. like I said, don't forget to give the thumbs up, likes, and it figures as I'm ending. I get the stupid adult crap over on YouTube, it looks like. Figures. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all. Tonight is Monday, so we'll be back on Wednesday. Hopefully my back will be feeling better Wednesday. I need to figure out a Wednesday project, too, so... Otherwise, I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you all had a great Monday night. Hope you had fun hanging out. Otherwise, we will see you on Wednesday. Peace.